Season, and this is Massillon Magazine. We are taking some time to provide a candidate forum and to talk with some of the Republican candidates for council seats. There's a very important election coming up for the citizens of Massillon on November 7th. Not only are there a lot of issues on the ballot, but all council seats are up for grabs in November. At this time, we'd like to spend some time with Ed Lewis, who is a current city council person at large. And I would like for you to just take a little bit of time to give us a little bit about your background, your experience, and why you're interested in continuing to run for a council seat.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak and hopefully meet or reach out to the residents of Massillon. It's hard to believe that it's actually been 6 years now. This is my fourth time running for office. I started off as the 6th Ward councilman for 2 terms, and this is my second term that I'm running for at large. Why did I get interested? Just a hometown boy. I grew up here, and I went to Marietta College, and I eventually made it back and started working in our community. I currently work for Stark County, and I felt like it was time to maybe try to find ways to give back a little bit. You know, this is the community that paid for my education when I was in my younger years. And this is a kind of a way that we can say thank you and try to serve those same people and hopefully do a good job. So that's how I became interested, and I've enjoyed it so far. So
Good. Now, I know you've had an opportunity to get out there and talk with the residents or the citizens of Madison. What are you hearing from them? What are their issues?
Well, I think we all know there's the big 3 right now that most people are talking about. No matter what part of town, since I do cover the entire city that I'm in, people want to know what is going on with our road repairs, catch basins, things of that nature. And while I do think most people see an appreciable improvement, they just want to see how much quicker can they see their street done, or are we going to continue to see it? And as far as we can tell, the current levy that is assisting us is in place for the next 4 years. We do have a game plan. But I encourage all residents, keep talking to members of council. Talk to your ward councilmen, at-large council people, because none of the roads are set in stone as to what's going to be paved or repaired when. So if you feel that you have recognized a road that really is dramatic and needs it done, communicate that with us, because we can still move it around and hit the areas that are most needed. Catch basin wise, though, we're doing well. We're spending over $500,000 a year. There's just a lot of it. Right. The other issues that are obviously being brought up is the SIPO reservoir, and what are we going to do with that moving forward? And then as well as, if I'm on the east side, I do hear a lot about Station 3 and what the city's plans are with that.
Good. So, putting those concerns aside, are there any other concerns that you as a ward council person see in the city, and how are you going to address it, or how are you working to address those issues?
Well, right now we're seeing a really good revenue stream coming in the city. We've been seeing growth every year for the past few years. We've come out of fiscal emergency. It's allowing us to build a rainy day fund and have carryover and attack a lot of these projects. But we still have a lot of things that need done. There's a lot of capital improvements, whether it be to fleet vehicles or buildings that need done. And my concern is that when you start to see this kind of growth, you might be seeing a little bit of a boom in certain industries or whatnot. But what happens when that slows down? Making sure that we build a substantial and a sustainable budget for the city of Massillon in the years to come, so that the projects continue and we don't find ourselves in the same situation 10 years from now that we just started to come out of, and that is not enough revenue, capital improvements not getting done, and then the city starts to slowly fall apart. So making sure that we build a sustainable city for the future. And then I also want to continue to address our housing market. If we don't have an excellent housing market in the city of Massillon that's going to attract the families, then it doesn't matter what your local government does. We need people to want to be investing into our city. So I want to look at more programs for that. Not to get too long-winded, if you don't mind. There's one particular program that I'm really proud of, and I always champion it wherever I go. And it's called the Housing Market Reinvestment Program. It's an initiative. The reason I champion it is because about 2 years ago I had this idea and I wrote the legislation to put it in place. But right now in the city of Massillon, if you are a new home buyer in a selected neighborhood or for a foreclosed home anywhere in the city, you can apply to the city to have the equivalent to your property taxes or $1,000 cap paid every year for the first 3 years that you're in that home. And that doesn't cost the city any money. We get that money off of the banks. Whenever a bank forecloses on a property in the city of Massillon, they have to give the city of Massillon $1,000 that goes to that program. So I'm really proud of that because I think that's a way to get more people to be encouraged to invest into the city of Massillon.
Good program, good. So here's a $64,000 question. Why do you feel you are the best candidate for re-election to your position?
Why do I feel? Well, fortunately, I'm running city council at large, so I only have to be one of the best three. I don't necessarily have to be the best. No, I think the people of Massillon, or I would hope that they would have confidence in me because I've been out there, I've been talking to people. I try to make myself as open and available as possible. I actually will get on Facebook and answer questions from time to time, which can be a dangerous game at times. But we all know that transparency and availability is a big part of being a representative in government, and not being afraid to answer the hard questions. Being willing to come up with new initiative, new approaches. And under some of the leadership that I have provided as the chair of finance, we've seen ourselves come out of fiscal emergency. We've seen ourselves create a carryover. We've seen ourselves create a nest egg for the future. We've had balanced budgets, and the administration has helped with that. I'm not going to say I did all of that. The administration has taken huge leaps to make all that happen, but I've done my part on city council to make sure that those initiatives carried forward. So to have a fiscally strong future for our city, I would hope that people would see that would be the right choice.
Good, well thank you. And I really thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I would encourage the people of Madison to make sure you get out and vote on November 7th. As I said, we have all council seats up for election. Get out and vote, and we hope that by us providing this candidate forum that you become more informed and you can make an informed choice when you go to the ballot box. So thank you, Ed.
Thank you.